Hey, yo, what's happening, everybody? It's your host, Bobby Lorenzo. We're here with a beautiful queen today. Can you please introduce yourself to the people?
Hello, world. I am Tatyana, but everybody calls me Tippy. I'm from Athens, Georgia. Just recently graduated from Clayton State in May. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I have a brand called TheTipCartel, which is what you see on my neck, my wrist, you know what I'm saying, those type of things. And I'm also a new mindset and business coach where I pretty much help and coach people do what I've been doing for a minute, which is building a brand that I love and just what I do.
So you said you're a mindset and business coach. Let the people know how important that is in entrepreneurship, and also how you can help them with their businesses and brands.
Honestly, I feel like the number one thing when it comes to even like pursuing entrepreneurship or business period, you kind of got to have that mindset, because if you don't believe in what you even doing, it's not going to work anyway.
Right.
So you can try your hardest, but if you don't really see and believe the vision and what you got going, regardless of what anybody else saying, because people might think you're crazy.
Right.
So you got to really be like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I know the route I need to go. But, so I, with me getting into like the coaching space, because honestly, like the people kind of push me towards it, because I kind of get like a lot of entrepreneur questions. People be DMing me. People want to talk to me, all kind of stuff just about business, because they kind of, I guess, they see what I'm doing. So it's like, okay, so maybe I need to help people build their brands, because they see what I'm doing. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of, got coaching on that, learning how to be a coach. I got coaching, getting mentors. I got coaching, and it's like the number one thing that they really just hone in on is mindset. Like, you really have to have like that grit for real.
But I see what you're saying when you was like, people may seem you're crazy and having that mindset, because it's easy for somebody to like throw you off, like, and you throw you off, and now you just totally discouraged. But in your mind, you know that you can do it. So I really like that. I really like you offering that.
Yeah, because it's like, man, and I know a lot of people around my age, because I'm 23. I just turned 23 January 16th. We get so discouraged easy, and social media make it seem like everybody getting to the bag, everybody just getting it, and it's really not like that. These people really struggling. These people really out here just,
it's just an image.
Don't really have it all together. There's a lot of people that have money but can't really keep it, because you ain't got the right mindset to even keep the money. So it's like, you really got to have that mindset first. Then you can proceed to build whatever business, because you can literally like have whatever kind of business you want. Especially Clubhouse really made me see that, because I met so many people just doing and teaching people how to do all kinds of things. I met a coach that she coached like Ivy League.
Oh wow.
With instruments. So she was like, I help students get scholarships by playing an instrument, and that's really what she. So
there's all kind of scholarships out there for that people don't know about.
But people don't know that. But that's what she doing. That's what she helps. So of course, you got parents who will pay whatever for their child. Exactly. So it's a business for that. Or it's like, I met a lady. She liked to travel, but she ended up having kids. So but she didn't really let that stop her. So now she teaches other women how to travel with kids.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, that's crazy. Like, she makes she's a six-figure business.
Some people think about traveling, but they be discouraged by the kids.
I got kids. I gotta do this, do that. But if you like, she literally coaches women on how to travel with kids, and like letting them know you can still have your child and still do what you want to do, and you can still let them have fun too. So it's like, that just makes it seem that to me is just like, okay, you can really do whatever you want to out here. Like, you can teach people whatever you want. Like it's just. And it's because it's her, it makes sense, because she finding people just like her. Because somebody out here with kids, they want to travel but don't know how to.
Exactly. And if we can install that into people, adults that's wanting to do businesses, we can install that into children. And you can grow them up, and they can learn and feed off that business. So let's say if they wanted to get coached by Miss Tippy, what would be the steps that they would have to take?
So right now, I'm still building my website funnel. So it'll really be honestly easy. First, I have a booking site where you can book like a couple calls, or if you just want to chop it up, deep dive down into your brand, and let's see if we can see if we're a good fit. Because also in the coaching business, I've learned that you not for everybody and everybody not for you.
Right.
And you kind of have to, people really got to apply to work with you, because like you may not be at a certain point in your business for me, but I can still kind of point you into a different direction. So with that, I have like get a system and stuff set in place, like automated, so it's kind of easy to, you know, get that coaching and stuff like that, making it real simple and that type of stuff.
You know, I love the passion. I love the passion that you have towards entrepreneurship. Like it's just written. It's just written all over you. Like I can just feel that energy. And like you said, like she mentioned Clubhouse, everybody in. It's so wild because that's how I got the connection. That's how this interview happened. I was like, she was like, "Oh, I'm on Clubhouse." I was like, "Word." I mean, not damn. She didn't say that, of course. She was like, "I seen her on Clubhouse. I seen what she did," and I was like, "Hey, let's do this opportunity. Let's set up a date." And here we are, man. So it's just a blessing with that, and I appreciate you just for coming through and doing all that. So
For sure.
we'll get to the TipCartel. Like you said, you know, you can check the neck.
Yeah, you can
check
just
the
see
wrist,
it, you know what I'm
like,
saying, walking billboard.
Word. So get into that. Let the people know something about your business, the cartel.
So with the TipCartel, honestly, I just became the TipCartel like September last year. But I've always sold, I should have brought it actually in my bag, little name necklaces. So like you can get your name, your dog name, any kind of name. Like this really what you can get. So I used to, but a lot of people don't know because I started selling those in high school. But a lot of people don't know I used to drop ship necklaces before I started doing what I do now, which is pretty much private labeling, putting my branding on it. So with drop shipping, pretty much what I did was, say if someone placed an order with me, and I used to do business, do like Cash App, you know, start business starting stuff, you know. Don't do that no more, entrepreneurs. Yeah, just stay with Cash App. But in starting doing that, like people started asking me like, oh my God, like I ain't never seen a name with a necklace on it. Me, I've always kind of worn jewelry. It was kind of like regular to me. I'm like, okay, y'all like it? You feel what I'm saying? Just my name. But, you know, then I start to look around. Like, people really don't wear jewelry or, like, have, like, unique jewelry. So I'm like, okay, so I see why people are asking. So from there, I would, like I said, I used to drop ship. So they would place an order with me. I would place the order with my vendor. I would give the vendor their shipping information, and they'll just ship it straight to them. I just take the profit. That's how I used to do business until the pandemic. Completely messed up everything I had going on. I lost packages. I couldn't track them for anything, and they're still lost to this day. Did never retrieve them.
You messing with FedEx or UPS?
Like I said, it was from overseas in China, so they mailing stuff a little different.
Oh, so it's the ship. You know what? The shipments was stuck.
Yeah,
stuck
you know,
anyway.
Corona started over there.
Exactly.
So I was kind of already messed up from the jump doing that. So when the pandemic hit, it messed up everybody on both ends. So them over there and us over here. So everything I was doing completely got lost. I had to, and then that's when I started to realize how Cash App was messing me up too. I was mixing my business funds with my personal funds.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, I can't do this no more because when I told like the customers like their stuff was lost, all of them understood, but I still wanted to cover my tracks, so I still like gave refunds just because I didn't know when I was gonna get the stuff. Glad I did because I never saw the stuff. They never got their stuff either. So I'm like, okay, I did right by doing that, but I lost pretty much everything that I was doing. Like, of course, people still asking. I had to pretty much just stop business for a little while because it was just like I realized the stuff wasn't mine. I couldn't retrieve it. I didn't have like a return to send address. I didn't have any of that. So I'm like, if I'm gonna do this jewelry stuff, I gotta take it serious. Like, cause I thought I was taking, you know, you think you taking something serious till something happened. Yeah, and you're like, man,
I wasn't even prepared.
I was BSing the whole time a little bit. So it's like, okay, I gotta tighten up. So I did that was in when the pandemic hit, like February.
Yeah, February, March, man. I'm a Pisces and I couldn't do that.
Well, they stopped school. Well, they stopped school in February. Once we went on break, we ain't come back. We did not come back. So yeah, after that, I just stopped selling necklaces for a while and just revamped. And I was like, what can I, do? So then that's when I started selling like the more. I still kept because I called the OG name necklace because that's what I started with. But I added on like the icy jewelry. So I'm like, okay, because I was kind of getting away from, I saw myself kind of getting away from the regular generic gold jewelry. I'm like, man, I'm more flashy. Like, I don't know, I like to look like money. I like to.
You a little shine.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay.
Listen.
So with that, I kind of just sourced out some more, new items to, get, and then also like website building. But still at this point, like I said, I wasn't a Tip Cartel. I didn't even know what I was gonna name myself, because at that point I was just, like I said, I was just drop shipping. People just knew I sold necklaces.
Look, I'm in college. I'm making money. People balling, like, people buying it.
People buying it. So I was cool until, it was everything cool till it wasn't.
Right.
So with that, I want to say when I was coming up with whatever name I wanted to, it's funny because I had the first name, I thought it was, I want to say High Fashion Tip.
High Fashion
I'm like,
Tip, okay.
And I think because I was in the song, what is Roddy Ricch song, High Fashion,
right.
I was like, okay, I
think
I kind of like it, but then I had to sleep on stuff, so like if I wake up and it's still like, I got things, like, okay. Yeah,
it wasn't it. Passion,
it wasn't it. I was just like, this name not it. So I ended up like getting help from my friend. Like, what do y'all think? Because I still wanted, because I just like the idea of an actual personal brand, because you can switch up your personal brand anytime depending upon who you are.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I want something with the name Tip in it because it's me, and and jewelry is just what either it's like, regardless of whether I'm selling jewelry or not, you're gonna see me with it on. So it's like, okay, I need something with that. So I ended up talking to one of my friends. It was actually through text message. She was like, so what, like, how do you feel like, when it comes to your brand? She was like, I was like, I just feel like I'm be getting money like a cartel. Like, I just like how they move, like smooth, and how they dress, like just all that. She was like, okay, so why not the Tip Cartel? I'm like, you might be on to something.
Shout out to the homegirl.
Yeah, you might be on to something. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna sleep on it, because I ain't just gonna be like, oh, that's the one. I'm gonna sleep on it. So I woke up like that next day. I was like, yeah, Tip Cartel, it. Yeah, I was like, let's stick with that. So with that, my little tagline is, you don't have to spend a bag to look expensive. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to spend $1 million to look like, especially the generation we live in. Y'all need to be spending money on that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be investing. Y'all need to be building owning some things. Jewelry should be the last thing of mine. So like, you can spend a couple $100 and still look like $1 million. So I'm like, okay, that's more so. And people tell me all the time, like, it's so crazy. People, like, especially like now at school, like now since I graduated, people be so surprised to see me, like, when I come back. I'm like, why? I don't know, I always been like outside, I always been active in organizations, like, why are people surprised to see me? But people really be like saying I'm like a superstar, saying like all just certain kind of things, but I've noticed it's just off of how I move and how I present myself. Like, that's it. And that's really, and the Tip Cartel plays a major part, because they be looking like, who this is with these chains on, these Cubans, like, who is that? Like, she look like I might need to know her, like. So, so really now that I know that, I just play it to my advantage. Like, I just, when I walk in the room, own the room, because they looking anyway. Speak up, because they looking for somebody to say something anyway. Like, because I kind of hate, like, I'm the type, because I have a best friend, right? I wish she was here, because she we got a podcast coming out together.
Okay, so shout out to the best friend.
Yeah,
hey, hold on. Hey, make sure y'all slide me and my boy C White inside that podcast.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
Y'all definitely on the list for sure.
For sure. Where can these people buy the Tip Cartel?
Okay, so TheTipCartel.com is where you can find all the jewelry and ice, everything to ice your life out. You get your name. I even got the memory pendant, so if you got grandma. I know I got my grandma on a couple of them. So
how long you got? You got some of that stuff?
I don't. It's in the car.
For
unfortunately,
sure.
I
for sure.
definitely should have brought something in.
But what we will do for y'all, we'll get that. At the end, we'll get that on the camera, man, to show the Tippy Cartel. Make sure everybody's sharp. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's definitely what we got going, man. I seen the ice, the neck, and the wrist. I'm like, sharp. I gotta give me some Tip Cartel, man. Hey, well, be on the lookout for Bobby Lorenzo and C White wearing that Tippy Cartel, man.
Nah, for real though, for real. Don't ice your life out. All things custom, really.
For sure.
I really like seeing custom things and just having things that necessarily, people may not have. Right. So just like a name next, I'm like, this is my name. Like, this can't nobody take this from me.
Nothing.
It's my name.
Exactly. So like you was telling us, you was in school. So what? So you was in college? Mm-hmm. So you graduated?
Yep, I graduated in May 2021.
Oh, so what was like your major?
Business with a minor in marketing.
Oh, hey, look how God moved.
I know, right?
Definitely look how God moved. You know, that's something a lot of people could. So let's get into business and marketing, because I like I said, me and CY we have businesses and stuff like that. So we're like, how important is it to have somebody that's a business and marketing on your team? Like, how important is that?
Honestly, very vital, because when it comes to branding yourself, you really have to know how to differentiate yourself, and you also have to know like your audience when it comes to stuff, because I feel like it's a lot of the times like where when people start these businesses, they start them, but they don't really sit down and try to figure out what moves to make, or what will be the best way to put myself out there in this light, or even just asking the question, how do I want to come off to the next person? How do I want them to see my brand? For me, example, with the TipCartel, I wanted to, when people saw my brand, it looked like luxury, like this automatic what it gives, from the font to the TipCartel to the packaging to the customer service, just the whole nine. Like even the Instagram page, I'm still kind of like revamping that, but just like, you know, how do you want to come off? And a lot of people don't know that part, so they kind of just be all over the place. So it's like if you have somebody on your team that is kind of like the outside looking in, because how can you really see the picture when you in it?
Right.
Other people can kind of see like, okay, the frame a little broken. You might got a little smeared a little bit. You wouldn't know it because you in it. But you know, other people just like certain little tweaks. Like you may have it, but let's tighten this up. Let's try this new avenue. Let's do something like this.
It's always
that may
room
work
for
for
improvement,
you.
right?
Yeah,
It's always room for improvement.
So having that like outside look, especially on the marketing aspect, because you really just have to know what you're doing and know who you're talking to for your stuff to sell. Because like, man, I need to find the people for this stuff I got.
Yeah, see, I hear you talking, right? Listen, she's in business and marketing, and like when y'all see AbillnTalks go up, I'm telling you, for season 2, when y'all see us go up, come season 3, she might be on our team. You know what I'm saying? We might do more business together. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a blessing. It's nothing but God. I'm already doing that right now. Definitely right now, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you mentioned let's see, we talked about the marketing, the business. We talked about TheTipCartel. We talked about the entrepreneurship and the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
What person played a major part in your life when it came to like when you was in school? Because I definitely understand. I did, you know, I was a college dropout, but I did some years in college, and like picking a major is so indecisive. So what person really encouraged you, or that you look back to when you was picking your major, starting your career, and was like, you know what, this is something that I'm really thinking about going into?
Honestly, I knew before college what I was going into. Before, I knew before then, because I was definitely like the one in school, like I took the AP classes.
Okay. Senior
year, I was taking the college courses, all kind of stuff. But to answer the question though, you could definitely say my mom, because like when I say she support any and everything I do, like I done said I wanted to be a DA. She done went in district attorney. She done went and bought me like a microscope. She done I done said I want to go look at the stars. She done bought me a telescope. Yeah. Like all kind of stuff. She just always been that one, like if you don't, and especially my great grandma who passed back in like 2018. She told me like, you ain't gotta do nothing you don't want to. Period.
Rest in peace, great grandma, man.
So it was just
shout
like
out moms.
So it was just like, you know, I guess I've always kind of had that foundation where I could do whatever I wanted to. And I guess you could say entrepreneurship started a little bit when I was probably around the age of like 5, 6. Okay. So in my grandmama's yard, like it was one of those yards like everybody and their mama go through. Everybody from the town probably done been by to get a plate, whatever. My uncle fit cars outside, all kind of stuff. So real country.
You came up into it.
Yeah, real country. So then I had like this little they had got me this little refrigerator, and I told them I wanted to sell drinks, because I was like, so there'd be a lot of people come through this yard, like. So and it had a little lock on it, so only I had the key and my auntie had the key.
Oh wow.
So they'll go to like Bell's and get like a whole can, but bunch of canned drinks. I never really liked soda for real, so it was just for the ones that come through the yard. I just wanted the little stuff to come through the yard.
Exactly.
So with that, I feel like that was kind of like my first taste of entrepreneurship. Just having like this little refrigerator selling these little drink 50 cents to these people that, of course, they're gonna buy even if they're not. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm younger, they're gonna, I give you a little 50 cents, even if they don't want to drink.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And then my uncle, he when it comes to like, I guess you say actual money, he taught me like, when it came to ones and fives, he called those little faces. He said, you don't want a little face, you want a big face.
Okay.
So anything 20, 50, 100, he said, that's all you want. He said, don't go for the little face. If somebody try to give you the little face, you don't want the little face, you want the big faces.
Right.
So since then, I just always want the big faces. Like, I don't want no little face. What do we do with that dollar? I can't do nothing with that dollar. Exactly. Even then, like I wouldn't even take like 21s.
Right.
Just because like they ones, I want the $20 bill. Right. Just so I got the $20 bill. So that's probably like my first little taste of entrepreneurship and just like money wise.
Hey, and then shout out to Tippy. Tippy used to be the hood candy lady. Don't let her fool y'all, man. At the young age. Never seen her before. You heard it here first, man. Tippy was the candy lady.
But
man.
Yeah, so even with that, like I had jobs. Like people don't know I worked at.
For sure.
I worked at a doctor's office with my mom because I was playing AAU ball sometimes, so they needed like a little extra help doing stuff.
Nah, but that's like, it's so important that you said that, because when coming up and you try to do entrepreneurship in a lot of black families, you gotta have that solid foundation. Yes. And like with you, I can tell by how you determined and everything. A young black queen, you really got that solid foundation. Like, coming from supporting from your moms and everything.
Yeah,
I was hoping she was gonna be here today, man. Shout out to Miss Watkins. I want to meet you too, Miss Watkins.
You're definitely my twin. You'd be like, wow, that ain't your sister. Like, yeah, that's my mom.
Shout out to Miss Watkins, by the way, man. But like, I can totally see that solid foundation from the mindset and everything. Like you said, with the coaching, it got to be in you. It got to be in you. You got to be in the mindset. Yeah. Once that mind is determined, everything else is just going to work out. Can't nothing stop you.
That's facts though, and my family definitely plays a huge part in how I am now, because I like to like let people in a little bit. Like I feel like I have a different type of struggle. I have like a struggle to be great, and a lot of people really don't have that type of struggle. And what I mean by that is like, it's like what happens when you have no excuses. You don't have it. Like what happens when you don't. What happens when you can't blame mom for not doing that? Or you can't blame daddy for not being right. What is that? You know what I'm saying? What happens when you don't have that? What happens is me. Right. This is what happens. Like you have to. I don't know. I guess it's more so like I've been given this great foundation, so it's like, who am I not to succeed? Like I feel like my folks have been the workers. They done stayed at the jobs 40 years. They done moved up to the companies.
They put you in that right position. So now you just take it upon yourself. That reminds me of Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. This is like the Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the achievement to be great, and I think that's what we're all chasing. Yeah. But I like how you said that. Like he said one more time.
What?
What was it? The achievement to be great.
The struggle to be great.
Struggle to be great. Like,
it's just very much so.
That's tough, bro.
It's just very much so like I said, I don't know dysfunction, family dysfunction. I don't know the type of dysfunction. I don't know, just like the black struggle. I don't know that. Like even when I tell my mama, she was like, we made sure you didn't see none of that. Like, exactly. Yeah, we struggled because she had me at 18.
Exactly.
She was like, yeah, we struggled, but
we never showed.
Yeah, we'll never let you see that. Like,
so beautiful.
To the point where like when I say I don't know struggle, like. My mom, my daddy, cool. Like ace coon boom. My mom probably beat somebody else. My stepmama.
Even if that was going on, you would have never known.
I would never know. Just because my mom made sure, like, she don't need. She don't. She don't need the.
It's the right way to pick Miss Watkins. We might have to get you on the show, Miss Watkins.
I told her. I said you need to teach parents and stuff.
For the parental control, we know how to get you on the show because they out here wild these days, Miss Watkins. They out here
for real. Because I'm like. And then I also put into perspective, like, I'm the only child.
Okay.
So I'm the only child, only grandchild.
I grew up as the only child.
Only niece.
On my mama. I ain't the only.
Yeah, I'm the only.
Family,
I'm the only like everything in my book. Okay. So even like on my dad's side, like I have two brothers, an older brother, younger brother, but we all grew up like only children because we stayed with our moms. Sure. And my little brother, now that my dad is married, of course, he's in the house with them, but he's still like growing up an only child. So it's like, you know, I think people see me and think I just have it like all together when I don't.
Nobody does.
At all. Like nobody
does in actuality.
At all, but that's why I'm like, you know, I may not struggle like y'all, but I do have struggles. Like I have insecurities like y'all. Like I didn't always look like this. I just recently, I was on my weight loss journey. I want to say from like 2019 to, it's really still like a progress for real, but I lost like 62 pounds.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like, and I look completely different. That's why when people see me, it just be like, dang, like you done pretty much just bossed your life. I mean, that was kind of like my whole MO, because I've always felt like overlooked. Okay. I've always felt I've always just felt like, I don't know, people don't really see you or understand you, like, especially with being the only child, and just especially with people just thinking you just have, I honestly feel like people feel like because I am quote unquote spoiled and the only everything, that it's kind of a crutch when it comes to working hard and doing all this kind of thing. But once again, I have a different type of struggle. I have the struggle where I don't have any excuses like y'all do.
Exactly.
I don't have none. I can't say like, oh, I don't get the support from my family. I do. They even still to the day be sending me job posters. Stop sending me jobs.
And I think
I'm not going to get no jobs.
But you know what? I think what most people look at, and they look at that, and it's looked upon as a bad, because I sit back on
only
in the black community, right?
Only in the black community. Black people help each other all the time, messages all the time.
I sit back and look on Twitter. I sit back and look on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, what is these? Why are they bashing people who was doing what they supposed to do, handling their responsibility?
Right.
And in that sense, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So, like in our community, we definitely have to do better with that. Yeah. And for the people who didn't have that support, like we had, be that support for your children. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Make them feel that way, because it's like it's getting ridiculous out here in the black community, man.
Facts though, and it's also kind of like people use that as they crutch though, like, oh, I don't have this, so I can't do that. Well, no, like you may not have the resource, but make yourself resourceful. Get on Clubhouse. Man, get in Facebook groups.
Chat. I'm telling
find the people that you want to support you.
And it's just like that.
And I'm still working on finding my actual voice when it comes to like entrepreneurship and letting people know what I have to offer and stuff like that. But just by me opening my mouth, opportunities come to me just by me being me. So I'm like, man, like people can do this same thing, but everybody want to cry. Everybody want to, for what? Like, no one's coming to save you. Get up, do what you got to do, and that's just what it is. And that's kind of how I was brought up. Like, you, and like I would say, although I pretty much got everything that I wanted and needed, it was also contingent upon me doing what I was supposed to do. So you're gonna get good grades. You're gonna be respectful.
And that's pressure. That's pressure in itself.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to. So it's like, imagine having the world and then having it snatched from you. Versus, at least y'all know what the bottom feel like. Exactly. I don't know what I don't know what it feel like. I'm scared to go down there.
Exactly.
Because I got my mom to help me, so I'm scared. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man. So it's like my struggle to be great is really like a struggle, because like, man, I have all the necessary tools. But it's on me to make sure I'm successful, because no one else can do this for me. Sure. Nobody. So it's like, okay, you gotta really show these folks who raised you. You know what I'm saying? They who raised you, show them what you got. Like, you know, they already be impressed. Give them something to look at. You standing like what is on there? You standing right there watching. I'm gonna give you something to look at. So it's just like,
okay, Tiffany.
So that's just where I be at with it. Like, that's when I hear people like whining, crying, and I get it. I do.
The stuff it's only gonna go as far as you take it, man.
Yeah.
Whining and crying and complaining, it's really not gonna get you anywhere whenever you're chasing a business or chasing anything.
Not at all. Because you're gonna get a lot of that. Exactly. You're gonna get a lot of no's. You're gonna get a lot of hell no's. You're gonna get a lot of people thinking that Yeah, it sounds good. Like, but you really just gotta show them up. You just gotta be like, oh, okay, you say I couldn't. Just another person that gotta show up. Cool. Just another person that didn't believe me. Okay. Like, you know, I got my mom to believe me. Right. So that's all I need if we being honest. So I'm like, man, I'm on a mission to make her proud. Like, sure. This who she raised. You feel what I'm saying? So.
You know what? This just in my mind. You know what I'm saying? By you being a business entrepreneur and a lifestyle coach, I think that's something we could set up for this area, because like we have a lot of people who's chasing after businesses and something like that. I'm gonna get with you on that. We'll set up like an expo where you can go up there and discuss. You know what I'm saying? Be that, cause I can look at you being a good speaker too. A motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Because nah, for real, cause when you talk, I get a lot of motivation from you. And I'm feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you put a lot of people on game, because you're really putting us on game on some shit. And then you saying stuff was like, and it intervened with like the conversations we done had. Like,
yeah.
We'll talk about that off camera, but like, it's totally crazy.
See, open your mouth, find the people that need, like, you like, these people need, like, people, it's people out here like, y'all probably been looking for somebody like me, but me by simply opening my mouth and taking the opportunity to even drive 2 hours to even get here, like, it take that. Sure. it do.
Definitely, for sure. But can you let the people know where they can find you in your businesses on social media?
Yeah, so my Instagram is lifeas.tippy. So y'all can go on there. It's my personal page. Then my business page, The Tip Cartel, is in my bio. So go on there. My website, TheTipCartel.com. You can find all things tip. That's it.
Hey, we want to thank you for coming by with AbillnTalks. Me and C. White, we're definitely blessed to have you here. Another black queen here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, for sure. Definitely for sure. Well, look, that's going to wrap it up for Season 2, Episode 1 of AbillnTalks. It's your boy Bobby Lorenzo with my boy C. White. Holla at him, C. White. Let him know what you're doing back there, man. Get back and handling the business.
Man, I'm working, man.
In the cut, man. My boy in the cut, putting in the hard work. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up just like that, man. I have a blessed day and continue to be prosperous, man. We out.
Hi, y'all. I am Tatyana, but the world calls me Tippy, and I just linked with AbillnTalks. So, y'all, tap in.
Ow.